welcome back. So this week I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with you. I'm actually going to be doing a baking video. That's right, I can cook. Kind of. I'm going to be showing you one of my favourite recipes. It's my own gluten-free version of Weetabix chocolate chip and banana muffins. Funny thing is, I don't really like bananas. I absolutely hate the texture and the smell. The only thing I do like is the shape. But this is one of my favourite recipes and I can't wait to share it with you. So, let's get started. First things first. You'd be surprised how many people forget to tie long hair up before they start cooking and baking. It's disgusting to find a hair in your food, so always make sure to tie up long hair for hygiene reasons. Don't forget, always wash your hands thoroughly before touching and preparing food. Nobody wants to be eating a muffin with shitty residue on it. Right, so now on to the ingredients. First off, you need 3 ripe bananas. You'd be needing 4 Nutribrex, which you can get from Sainsbury's or Tesco's. I believe they're from a few other places, but I'm not sure. If you weren't doing the gluten-free version, all you need is 4 Weetabix. In terms of milk, I know I've got lactose-free there, but you can use any type of milk, and you need 3/4 of a cup of milk for this recipe. You'd also need 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons of margarine, 1.5 cups of self-raising flour. I didn't have any self-raising flour in, so I made my own with baking powder. You also need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and a handful of chocolate chips. When it comes to handfuls, I tend to go for the giant size, so I actually ended up putting 3 of these little bags in my recipe, which is actually quite calm for me. Usually I do a lot more, but yeah, a handful of chocolate chips. So first we peel our bananas. God, look how disturbed I look. I really do hate the smell of these things. But yeah, okay, so you peel your bananas, get a fork, which I've just done there, and you mash them. You mash them so much that it starts to look like baby vomit. Once it looks like baby vomit, you're probably well on your way to it being exactly how it should be for the recipe. You don't want any lumps, you want it to be completely mushy. Just like that. You can see there, another gag again. It does make me feel a little bit sick, but it's exactly how it's meant to be. So now you have your bowl of baby sick. That would actually, I would suggest mashing it even more than I just did. And of course, don't forget to compost your banana skins or save them to plant on the floor for other people to fall over later on. Now we're moving on to the Nutribrex. So what you want 4 Nutribrex or Weetabix if you're not doing a gluten-free version. You want to get them in your hand, and all you need to do is just crush them. Kind of feel like the Incredible Hulk. Quite cool, I enjoy it. I like crushing things, like people's souls. But get them in your hand and crush them. Make sure you don't have wet hands when you do this, like a tool, because the Nutribrex or Weetabix will stick to your hands, and then you've got half the ingredients on your hands and not half of it, half missing from the bowl. So be sure to make sure your hands are dry, completely dry, before you do this part of the process. So now that you've mashed your bananas and crumbled in your Weetabix, we need to add the milk. So like I said, I'm using lactose-free milk. You definitely don't need to, but whatever milk you use, you need to use 3/4 of a cup of milk. I can imagine this will probably work with almond milk and dairy-free milks as well. Then you just got to mix. Mix, 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 mix. It still looks quite gross. You're looking for more of a spunky vomit consistency right now. And that's about right. And you just got to mix it real good. See, spunky vomit. And then you've got to leave it to the side to stand for 10 minutes. So whilst you do that, you could wash up or maybe, go on with the next steps of the baking. So whilst we leave that to stand, I'm sorting out my margarine. You need 4 tablespoons of margarine for this recipe, and because soon you're going to need to beat it with the eggs, you need to melt it. So most people would use it on the hob, but if you're a lazy ass like me, I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Now that your margarine's melted, don't forget to add in your eggs. Don't get any shells in there though, nobody likes a shelly muffin. Now all we need to do is beat the eggs and the margarine together. Beat it hard and beat it good. Look at that, look at the effort going into that. Or the consistency, oh god. And just beat it for a little bit, probably about a minute maybe, and then you're good to go. So now your once spunky vomit should now just look like wet Weetabix. After leaving it to stand for 10 minutes, we're now ready to mix in our other ingredients. So So assuming that you've measured out your 1.5 cups of self-raising flour, the next step would be to add the 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to your flour. As you can see there, what I'm doing is trying to spread it out evenly across the flour. What you don't want is lumps of sugar or lumps of flour in your muffins, and it can very easily happen. So just make sure that it's spread out evenly and that you mix it in nicely too. So now what I want to do is I want to get my Weetabix mixture and put it into a large mixing bowl. This is so that I have a bit more room for mixing all the other ingredients in. I get my margarine and my egg mixture and I put it over the Weetabix or Nutribix mixture and I mix it for about 30 seconds to a minute. This would be the point as well, guys. I think I should mention that you need to be baking these muffins at 180 degrees for 25 minutes. So I don't know if you'd want to turn your oven on at this point, if not earlier. Oh, I found a bit of shell there. Like I said, we don't want shelly muffins. Never mind. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our flour and sugar mixture in on top. You want to do this little bit at a time. You don't want to be plopping all of the flour on top of your mixture because you don't want to be finding lumps of flour in your muffins once they're cooked. So just take your time with this. There's absolutely no rush with it. So here's my favourite part, adding in the chocolate chips. Now, like I said at the start of the video, it does suggest a handful of chocolate chips, but that does kind of depend on what your idea of a handful is. I mean, I like to go with more big friendly giant kind of handful, so I actually ended up putting in 3 packets of chocolate chips into this mixture. So you've done your mixture now. All you need to do is put it in the muffin trays. So all you need to do is get a spoonful of the mixture, or it looks like I've used a fork there, so a forkful of the mixture, put it into the muffin tray, and then you put it in the oven. I would suggest though, if you've got a plastic muffin tray like I have there, you won't need to butter the tray, but if you have a metal one, I would suggest buttering the tray so that you can get the muffins out easier once it's done, because they do get stuck to the trays quite easily. Just to help you out, I think I do it there you go. So just do a bit of that, probably less butter than I've used there. I do believe I spread it out a bit later on, but that will just make it easier when you go to take it out of the oven. With this mixture you can make 12 large muffins. I usually make 6 larger muffins and 9 smaller muffins, and that works out quite fine for me, but if you want larger muffins it can definitely make 12. Yay! Now you're ready to put your oven in the muffins. Wait, hang on. No, now you're ready to put the muffins in the oven. Don't forget, guys, that these muffins bake in the oven for 25 minutes at 180 degrees C. Now your house is smelling delicious. It's ready. Oh my god! Holy f***, did that just happen? Oh my god, how embarrassing. Thank god this is a voiceover, guys. That would have been awful. Anyway. These muffins are ready now and your house is smelling absolutely delicious. I burned mine a little bit and they were still lovely. So you want to get these out and you want to leave them to stand for about 20 minutes. Unless, of course, you want the centre of the muffins to be gooey. In that case, you can serve them straight away. You can serve these with ice cream or fruit if you're one of those. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, as much as I've enjoyed making it. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. And if you've enjoyed this video this week, please do let us know and we'll make more like it. See you next week. Bye!